Tonight, this is what a home in Groveport looks like. 2 weeks after a fire, crime scene tape lining a basement window and a danger sign lets you know that this house is unsafe to occupy. But what you don't see here is that someone lost their life inside the home. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Andrew Kinsey.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. The fire happened on February 20th at a home on Three Rivers Drive. And a story you'll only see on 10 TV. Carly Dion shares the tragic story of the man who died inside that home.
He was my big baby brother. From the time I was 7 or 8, I understood that everything we did revolved around him.
Danny Price is talking about his older brother, Jackie, who had autism. The 34-year-old lived with his parents, his primary caretakers.
This is actually where my brother used to sit a lot and watch his Disney DVDs on computer.
2 weeks ago, Danny received a call from his mom no one is ever prepared for.
She said that a fire had started in the house and my brother didn't make it out in time and he was on the way to OSU Medical.
Danny says Jackie died from smoke inhalation. Danny says his parents first noticed smoke coming from the kitchen.
When my dad pulled the dishwasher out of the frame, they saw smoke coming out of the floor. And so my mom ran downstairs to shut off the fuse box to the kitchen just to, if anything else was going on. And right when she opened the laundry room door, all these flames came out.
As seconds turned into minutes, they quickly fought to get to Jackie, who was upstairs in his bedroom. But the black smoke was too thick to see or breathe.
My dad punched out the back window trying to get to him, and he was laying on the floor. He was putting his fingers in his ears, and he was getting really scared, and he kind of curled up in a ball.
Danny says social workers would go over fire safety with Jackie often. If you see flames, get out. But this situation was different.
He didn't put smoke with fire.
Which is why they believe Jackie stayed inside. Soot-covered walls, appliances, and floors, now all that remains of the house his family called home for decades.
Because I see him in every corner. I see him in every corner. But, I see my childhood, and I just see the fact that, my parents' house, their safe haven, it's not here anymore.
Mourning the loss of things means nothing compared to the grief that comes with the loss of life.
For the past 34 years, he was their life. It's not like he, went off to college and, started his own life with kids and a career. He was their baby.
Danny says the Jackie they adored was always happy and always laughing.
Anytime we complained, we would hear him laugh, and we would just kind of stop and think, like, if only we were like Jackie. That's my memory of him.
His love for Disney movies, a reminder of the kid,
Pinocchio, Robin Hood, Lilo and Stitch,
and humanity in all of us. Lessons Danny says he'll always keep close.
You talk about others, do it out of kindness. Don't take stuff so seriously. And I'm still learning, but he's teaching me even after he's gone.
Danny says fire officials are still investigating the cause of the fire. If you'd like to help cover the cost of Jackie's memorial and help his parents who lost almost everything, we have a link to the family's fundraising page at 10tv.com/featured links. Andrew and Yolanda.
Thank you, Carly. Well, preparing a developmentally disabled family member for emergency situations is all about repetition. Carrie Jones is the president and CEO of Elevated, an organization that exists to support the developmental disability community in Columbus. She says, practice the safety plan with your loved one over and over again. In addition to that, you can let first responders know who lives in your home.
That is something that's available to you, and again, across many parts of Central Ohio, where you can let your fire department know that you have a loved one with a developmental disability with extra needs, so that if the 911 is called and the fire department is flagged, that they will know that someone with a developmental disability lives in that home.
Right now, there is recently introduced legislation, House Bill 321, that if passed would make this a statewide system. So no matter where you live in the state of Ohio, if you've opted into this, it would alert dispatchers that someone with a developmental disability is connected to that number.